The slow death of GTA's only rival.
Rockstar almost had a rival. They should have one right now, actually. I've never seen a company with so much promise, make so many stupid decisions, and still get so many second chances, all the while refusing to learn anything from their mistakes or listen to their fans at all. In this video, I'm gonna
be completely honest with y'all, bro. Back when I was legit like 7, 8 years old, dude, Saints Row was my favorite game, dude. I never got to play the original, but I had 2 on the Xbox 360, and I also had GTA 4. And I swear, I think I spent like 10 times more time on Saints Row than I ever did on GTA. Cause Saints Row was so fun. GTA 4 was cool, I won't lie. But I think I just had way more fun with Saints Row because it was way more arcadey. Felt way more like a game, if that makes sense. Nowadays, it's been like damn near a decade since I played either or. But what I will say though is Saints Row 2 always gonna have a special place in my heart. It was that game, I ain't gonna lie.
story of how Volition went from a company with so much promise to having their own fans celebrate when they got shut down.
Damn, Volition got shut down?
You might not even know who Volition are. You're probably better off that way. Or actually who they were, because last year the company was finally shut down. In 2008, when GTA 4 came out, a lot of people disliked the game's more serious, gritty atmosphere compared to San Andreas, which up until that point was the most wacky entry in the series. A lot of people wanted to go back to a more video gamey type of GTA. Rockstar had left a gap in the market, and here was the perfect game right on time to fill that gap. GTA 4 wanted to be realistic, to make the player feel like they're running around in the real New York City.
This isn't even, I don't know why they would hate this. I liked GTA 4 when it was out. I just like Saints Row 2 a little bit more though. I feel like GTA 4 aged way better than Saints Row did.
As a miserable guy. Saints Row 2 is happy just to be a game though. Yeah, I'll join your gang and kill people with you, but only if you can do a really cool jump. In Saints Row 2, the main character can throw people off bridges. In GTA 4 though, the main character wants to throw himself off a bridge. I always thought they were both fantastic games, but for some reason people online have never been able to like two things at once. At the time there was a huge rivalry between the fans of each game. A good thing about Saints Row being dead for the last 10 years is that nobody bothers to go back to old trailers the way they do with, GTA 4.
Damn.
So all those comments from 14, 16 years ago are
game looks way shittier than GTA last gen graphics. Nigga, they gonna make the game. Like what, bro?
still right there under Saints Row 2 videos.
Yo, it's crazy, bro. I didn't even know people was trolling and rage baiting all the way back 15 years ago.
Some of them are quite funny. Imagine your second game in the series and you're already being compared with Rockstar and stealing their fans away. That is an amazing start to a series.
Now that's
Volition
mad
even made a trailer to try and cater to the fans who thought that GTA had gotten a bit too serious.
Would you rather go bowling or steal a septic truck and spray loads of sewage on pedestrians?
Yo, if they try to make a trailer like this nowadays, I promise you, they getting their shit fried in the comments, bro. I'm talking about straight bait. Rockstar got the biggest meat riders of any game company of all time. Now, I ain't gonna say it's not deserved, because I'm starting my Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay. If y'all haven't seen that, it's on the gaming channel, by the way. Gonna be up here. Gonna watch it. But the meat rider most definitely deserved, but that don't change the fact that it's still there. It would get bait that they try to do something like this nowadays.
Would you rather go to the cabaret with a friend or inflict serious bodily injuries to your friend to earn a little insurance money?
Okay, and one thing I will say, I feel like, cause, all right, this gonna sound crazy, but if I were to do this in GTA, I'll say 6, cause GTA 5 don't got this much detail, but if I were to do this in GTA 6, I would feel something. But if I were to do the same shit, throw a pedestrian in front of a train, I don't think I would feel anything, bro. It feels like a game. It doesn't feel immersed. Like, let me show y'all something right quick. Like, they have their own little lives going on. It feel like you actually intruded on something that you're not supposed to be a part of. All right?
For weeks. Oh, well, you ain't a babe in the crib no more. You full grown now, boy. Stop pulling in your pieces. You the only gamble full of piss in the wet. What the hell?
Like, look at that, bro.
Please don't kill me. Take whatever you want. Just leave.
Like, bro, I actually, hold on, look, like the fact he begging for his life, bro, is crazy.
Oh.
It was him or me. And I chose him.
What am I gonna do now? He's all I had left. Why? Why would you do this?
Like, yo, that right there, like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, Playing a game like this, you a bad person, bro. I don't give a damn if it's a video game. You actually crazy. I don't want to be around you. But look, that right there makes doing bad things in GTA 6 way better than it would in the Saints Row game, because it feels like there's genuine consequences. Like, these are real people you're hurting, bro. If I do this in Saints Row, I'm just gonna feel like I'm hurting a fucking NPC.
Saints Row 2 was a great game. I liked it a lot. The characters were fun, the music was amazing, the visuals were kinda ugly, there was a ton of insane Easter eggs, character customization. There was a lot that people loved about Saints Row 2. Even today, there's still people with channels dedicated to talking about it. They're all depressed, but they are still there. Unfortunately, Saints Row 2 is where, for a lot of people, the series ends. Which sounds bad, because we're one game in and the series has already ended. Because it is bad.
Two
At this
games
point
in,
in time,
right?
however,
Didn't
things
Saints
were
Row 1
looking great
exist?
from players' perspectives. A lot of people thought Volition were poised to eventually become Rockstar's rival. They had the perfect opportunity, a huge segment of Rockstar fans that they could appeal to with their less serious game, an absolutely gorgeous situation. I think this moment was the highlight of Volition's entire career, but it's all downhill from here.
It sucks too.
Before I go into the absolutely everything Volition did wrong, first I should talk about money, because when it comes to money, there is no competing with Rockstar. The original Saints Row sold 2 million copies in roughly 2 years. Saints Row 2 then sold 3.4 million copies in a similar time span.
Damn, really?
Not bad, a decent improvement.
Yeah, that
GTA
sounds
4
good.
came out 6 months earlier, so it had a slight advantage. It sold 17 million units, which is, yeah, I admit it's slightly more. Yeah, it's clear the
Damn.
GTA 4 figures absolutely dwarf the Saints Row sales. But keep in mind, this is only Saints Row's second entry into the series. By this
Yeah.
point, GTA was already thoroughly established. Everyone had heard of GTA. They
About to
was
say GTA about 10 years old at this point, right? And Saints Row still a little baby franchise, bro. They could have got up there.
so established that their ads were literally just GTA 4 with no attempt to actually sell the game to you.
Oh, that's
and
hard.
they'll just buy it anyway.
That's hard, I ain't
and they
gonna
were
lie.
completely
That's
right.
hard.
They just took the piss. This guy wasn't even in the game. I've never seen this guy before in my life. So for GTA, you had GTA 1, GTA London, GTA 2,
What?
GTA 3, GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas, GTA Advance, GTA 4, and GTA Chinatown Wars. And there's these other ones I forgot. Whereas Saints Row just had Saints Row 1, Saints Row 2, and that's it. You see what I mean? They didn't
Wow.
have a huge amount of brand recognition or
Okay.
anything. And nobody's ever even played this one because it was Xbox exclusive.
I'm still mad at that, bro. Like, I'm still trying to do the entire Saints Row franchise in 2026, but I don't know if I can do it because I can't play Saints Row 1.
You gotta be kidding me.
Does it look like I'm joking?
Additionally, Saints Row 2 on PC was
Voice
not a
is
good
that?
port, which probably has hurt sales quite a lot over the years when you've got people screaming, do not buy the PC version. It's never going to be fixed, since the very moment it released. As a
That's
result,
low-key
fans have
funny,
been begging
though.
for a decent PC port since the dawn of time, but we never got one.
All you had to do was ask. I did. Well, I guess you did. Ain't that a bitch?
Getting into the Deep Silver THQ Embrace Supply on Cock Media thing is very complicated, so for simplicity I'm just gonna say Volition. But it seems like anyone with any kind of power over
Like, look at this, bro. I can't even see it. I don't even know if this is Saints Row, but I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm pretty sure in the later games, didn't they go to space or some shit like that? They say, welcome to Mars. How do you go from a street game to this?
forced horrible ideas into their games. I
Like,
don't mean any
what are we
disrespect to Cock
talking
Media,
about?
but even their name was a terrible idea.
No,
So it becomes
actually.
difficult to know how much Volition are really to blame. For some reason after Saints Row 2, Volition, or someone, grew tired of always being compared to GTA and wanted to set themselves apart. But really, I think being compared to another game isn't inherently a bad thing.
Like,
You can't
actually.
announce a single game now without it immediately being compared with other games. Kojima releases the weirdest, most unique game ever. Nothing ever like it. And people still just say, oh, so it's Metal Gear, but you're a postman. People
Yo, bro. And as I've grown up, I ain't gonna lie, bro, you gotta realize that majority of the time, whatever you doing is not gonna be original, bro. And I know that might sound a little bit depressing, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't be original, whatever, bro. Look, I want you to think of the most original experience in your mind, and I promise you at least 50 other people went through it, bro. In the same exact month. Like, that's just how it is, bro. Like, gang, I thought I was the only person to ever get by my female best friend while I was on a date with another girl, or trying to go on a date with another girl. No, apparently that has happened to a lot of people. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? And there's no shame in that. There's no shame in it. Just make the best out of what you can do.
always make comparisons like that. If your game is free roam with cars in it, it's GTA. That's just how it is. My point is, comparisons don't really mean anything. Nobody thinks GTA invented crime, but I still just don't know what they were thinking.
I love
Being compared to
GTA
one of the most
physics.
successful gaming series of all time? This is terrible. We gotta stop this. And stop this they did, because with Saints Row 3, things began falling apart already. They immediately kicked things off with what might be the worst death of a beloved character I have ever seen in a game. For some reason, they decided
Yeah,
to
I've
kill
seen Saints Row 3 gameplay and it just looks so ass to me. Like, I don't know what they were thinking, dude.
off the main, like, most favorite character off screen. They didn't even give him like a good cutscene or anything. It's just you're looking at an intercom and then you hear some gunshots and then that's it. The character's gone for the rest of the game. The story is your friend dies. You're not happy. Then, what feels like 5 minutes later, you get your revenge. So immediately the antagonist is gone along
What?
with the player's investment. You then get your friend's body back, but it happens off screen. You then have a funeral for your friend, but that happens off screen too. Then,
Wait,
as you're
what?
driving back from the funeral, the hearse gets attacked by some wrestler guy. And apparently, interrupting a guy's funeral is worse than actually killing the guy, because the wrestler is actually the main antagonist of the game. Then basically, some more stupid stuff happens, and then the game ends. With Saints Row 3, they
Like, that shit literally sound like a parody, gang. What are we talking about? Where the hell did the wrestler come from? Like, and just look at this image, bro. The amount of aura.
abandon the entire plotline set up in Saints Row 1 and 2. Troy just despawns from the games, despite being the chief of police, a very important figure. And Dex,
Don't even get me started with Dex.
Dex should have been a huge antagonist, a rich, powerful guy who wants us dead. But after he tries to kill us in Saints Row 2, I guess we just forgive him. So they abandoned this huge storyline that everyone was invested in for one that was written by ChatGPT, 10 years before ChatGPT was even a thing. And the game just leaned
Like,
into
look at
the
that, bro.
crazy,
That's-
wacky aspect far more, while
So
completely
weird.
neglecting the more down-to-earth, serious side to contrast it with. That's what Saints Row 2 did really well, is it knew how and when to be serious. Some scenes in that game are genuinely so dark, like they will give your kids nightmares, I'm not kidding. Which then contrasts with you spraying sewage all over people's houses or earning respect on the streets by throwing old people off a cliff. Even better, Saints Row 3 sacrificed that groundedness for a more humorous atmosphere, but the problem was they weren't actually that good at being funny. Most of the humor in Saints Row 3 was just sex lol. Like, don't get me wrong, sex lol, but there should probably be more than that too.
broom.
Right? I think the only reason this one sold so well was because Saints Row 2 had such a good reputation. But that might not be true at all, it's just how I feel.
Yeah, nah. I think Saints Row 2 did have a good reputation, dude. I remember. I think Saints Row 2 is like the only really, besides like GTA San Andreas, and I don't even know any other games, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Saints Row 2 was the only like real street game we got, bro. Now, honestly, I feel like that's a market that just hasn't been addressed, gang. Like, do you know how many people watch GTA RP because there's no good like street games out right now? Like, imagine if someone made a game based on the Chicago 2011, 2012 drill scene, bro. Like, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. Hell, even LA gang-based game, bro. That shit would be insane. But instead, bro, you got them making Saints Row. But it's millennials. Like, what are we talking about, bro? No one wants to play that shit. Shit buns. DOA, bro. Dead on arrival. Like, facts. Yo, if I was a game developer right now, I would make a Saints Row game, but it would be based on the Chicago drill scene. I promise you that bang, bro. Like, crazy. Or you can even make it in Atlanta or something like that. There's just so much potential.
Another problem with this game that you're gonna see come up again is that Volition can't do new characters. Angel has one line of dialogue in the entire game. Zemos is sex lol the character. Josh Burke, they made him hateable on purpose.
Yo, they look
which
so
surprisingly makes
corny.
you hate him. I can't even find a good picture of the guy. That's how little people care about him. Oleg I do like actually, never mind. If you haven't played the game for a while, you've probably forgotten all these characters because they're not memorable either. There was probably more characters that I haven't mentioned, but I forgot them. Shaundi, rather than just have her be the same or kill her in a cutscene or something, they made her look completely different, act completely different, and they changed her voice actor. She's just a different character at
Like,
this point.
what?
You say, wow, a lot of stuff must have happened off screen. Why not just do it on screen? They call that character development. They could have had Gat actually grow up a bit. I love Gat, but he is kind of one-dimensional. He's just a murdering machine.
You see Gad out there?
Oh, he's fine. He's still out there killing cops.
Figures.
What is it?
It's done. Time to pull out of there.
You sure? Get the f off of me! I mean, I'm not running out of ammo anytime soon.
I'm sure. See you back home.
Later.
This will be a theme for the rest of their games. Personally, anything after Saints Row 2 I just see as not canon. With that said, it sold incredibly well, and it ended up being kind of fun regardless. It had a lot of personality, so I can see why people liked it, especially if it was your first Saints Row game, which for a lot of people it was. So they landed on another successful formula.
I mean, it looks
by
fun,
sticking to
but
it, yeah, a lot
I'd rather
of
see
Saints Row 2 fans would have been put
Tom.
off, but the game was undeniably successful. People would have played more of a game like that. So now they know what people enjoy, they just have to make more of it. At this point in time, there were two kinds of Saints Row fans. OG fans who started with 1 and 2, and another group of fans who started with 3. Both of these groups had different expectations as to what a Saints Row game was.
I played both of these games. I never finished either or, but I prefer Saints Row 2. I can see the appeal for Saints Row 3, but me personally, bro, the goofy shit, like, it's cool and all. Don't get it twisted, but like, it gets to a point, bruh. It just gets to a point. Nowadays, I like way more grounded games, but that's just my opinion, man. Some people hate grounded games. Some people hate Red Dead Redemption 2 because it's so grounded. I understand.
With Saints Row 4, Volition managed to expertly disappoint both of them. It was honestly very impressive. I think the highest praise Saints Row 4 ever got was,
is this the alien
well, it's not
game?
Saints Row, but it's kind of fun anyway. This time the game about being gangsters on the corner is now a game about being the president of the United States with superpowers fighting aliens inside of a simulation. I think they were like, okay, what is the furthest possible thing we can give them from what they actually want? And this is what they came up with.
Saints Row 4 devs not concerned by proximity to GTA 5.
Maybe they should have been. Now, let's talk about the budget for this game. The budget for this game was whatever coins they could find down the back of the company couch. It felt like they had no budget whatsoever. Quick, reuse that in-game footage 6 times with reskinned characters. Some of the missions are pretty cool. It's just that the game is so blatant about what is filler. Every so often you reach a mission and you're just like, oh god, finally some budget.
Zinniac's pulling out all the old gangs from our past.
Wow, Zinniac must be saving tons of money on assets.
Yo, who is
Customization
this,
and superpowers are fun, but half the missions they take away your powers, and the other half they take away your outfit. But just play the story, and it's okay. If your standards are low like mine. There's not much to say about it. It's a DLC they made into a full game. The next game is the most interesting.
That kind of
so
looks
let's move on.
crazy. Wait, what's the next game? I thought that was
The year is
in.
2022.
2022.
It's been almost a decade since the last Grand Theft Auto game. People are hungry, begging for a
They made
new
another game,
GTA-like
Saints Row Gat Out of Hell,
experience.
too.
And so again,
I
for
think you
Saints
forgot to
Row,
mention
the
that.
stars have aligned, and a huge gap in the market has opened up. A second chance, the perfect opportunity. So finally, after a decade of begging from fans, they decided to go back to the series' roots. They rebooted like nobody has ever rebooted before. Saints Row 2022.
I just can't
you know you've
believe
got a
they
good
did
product
this.
coming up when everyone in the comment section is just begging you not to release it. Keep it. But then, when it actually came out,
Man, we've come a long way. Downhill.
everyone hated it. So the game did poorly. People were not happy. Made even worse by whoever the Volition PR guy was. That fella just wanted the company to burn. Starting fights with people on Twitter and then losing those fights. It was great. It was beautiful. Actually, it turns out it was Deep Silver's employee, not Volition's. There's a lot of rumors that...
just rage bait like shit. Yo, man, this gift is frying me, bro. Haters gonna hate in 2022. This shit like it came straight for 2011. What are we talking about? Definitely what fans wanted all these years. Yep, absolutely shit. You just don't know you want it yet. Like, what? Hey, man, that funny. I ain't gonna lie. Whoever running that account, they funny. I'll be honest. I ain't
Actually,
gonna lie.
it turns out it was Deep Silver's employee, not Volition's. There's a lot of rumors that behind the scenes, Deep Silver were actually to blame for a huge amount of stuff.
The
But I wasn't
graphics
there.
don't look
I
that
don't know
bad.
it's
I'm
true.
not gonna
I
lie.
can only say what my gamer eyes and gamer ears have actually seen.
I feel like in 2022 though, I don't think you can really go for that arcadey style anymore. I mean, people are so used to like realistic ass rigs like Arthur, the GTA 5 characters, etc. I don't think that's gonna work though.
And that is a complete
I'm looking at
mess.
driving,
The
it
thing
looks
is,
like an
and this is my
arcade
personal
game.
opinion that I'm sure a lot of people would disagree with, but I think
Like,
the gameplay
what?
itself was fine. Not amazing, but fine. The combat starts off a bit boring, but gets more interesting the more you play. And the world itself was actually quite cool. I think the soundtrack was pretty good too. I've heard other people
I'm gonna
give
play this
the
game.
exact
I will be
opposite
playing this
opinion on the
game.
soundtrack, but I liked it. I liked some of it. However, what everyone can agree on is that the thing that really ruined this game was the characters and the dialogue. They were insufferable. They were genuinely hard to tolerate
Talk
being in
to
their
me.
presence.
Okay, who's ready for some crime?
And you know how we should celebrate afterwards.
Karaoke! Yes!
It's what ruined a lot of the missions for me because you don't care about the story, you don't care about the characters. So that extra layer of meaning just isn't there. It sounds like I'm being harsh, it sounds like I'm being unfair, but it's funny that every single person who played the game more or less comes to the same conclusion. Liking waffles and having muscles is not a personality. Wearing a bow tie is not a personality. Liking to drive is not a personality. It actually blows my mind that they were unable to create a single character that people liked. In Dark Souls, the characters have like 3 lines of dialogue in the entire game, but you fall in love with them anyway. Half of Siegmeyer's dialogue is just, that's all it takes. We still love the guy. Also, the Disney sidekick cat, not a fan.
What is that cat?
Fair enough. Johnny? I ain't walking away until I deal with Tanya. My nigga.
Like, yo, how did they go from that to that? That is embarrassing.
Johnny, put the damn gun down.
I don't know what this is, but it's not a gang. These people have no business making a gang. Their whole thing is that they just want to pay their student loans. I'm not kidding.
I don't have to love it. I have to pay my student loans.
Amen.
If you look at the trailers for this game, it's funny that everyone in the comments is looking at the enemy gangs and saying, can I join that gang? They look way cooler. They wanted characters to be relatable, but you can have characters be relatable without having them completely mirror your audience.
Like,
Nico Bellic
literally.
wasn't relatable because, oh, loads of us fought in Yugoslavian wars. He was relatable because he was human. He had actual emotional complexity. It was interesting hearing him talk about anything. Saints Row 1 and 2 didn't have amazing stories or exciting gameplay. It was the characters that really carried those games. And they weren't afraid to kill characters either. It was fun. They're not complex Arthur Morgans running around. A lot of the characters don't even have last names, but it was enough. I think this game shows what happens when you take that away. You're not left with much. The best part of this game was definitely the empire building side of things. Your annoying friends aren't around, and it gives you a lot of interesting gadgets to mess around with. I would leave my game on overnight and then come back to millions of dollars in the morning. But yeah, it doesn't sound great when my favorite aspect of the game is the one where you stop playing the game for hours on end. I think if you bought the game and only played the Ventures mode, you'd think it's not too bad. That said, the Ventures do have that iconic Saints Row mishandled budget thing going on. My favorite example of this is the heist missions. Heists? That sounds cool.
That actually
like GTA
does.
5? No, you have to wait in the car. I'm not kidding, you have to wait in the car. The reason I say mishandled budget is because this game actually had the same budget as GTA 4. They even had—
What the fuck? Bit, wait, hold up. I know you lying, bro.
No, you have to wait
Bit, yo,
in the car.
What type of game is this, bro? I feel like if you're gonna do this, bro, you might as well not even include it in the game. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm not kidding, you have to wait in the car. The reason I say mishandled budget is because this game actually had the same budget as GTA 4. They even had similar development times. And yet GTA 4 managed to accomplish so much more with that budget.
No, okay, and why is there no other game that can match Rockstar's like way they walk, bro? Like, I don't know what it is, but this right here,
you have to wait in the car.
It just feels weird.
I'm not kidding, you have to wait in the car. The reason I say mishandled budget,
like, it feels so stiff,
is because this game actually had the same budget as GTA 4. They even had similar development times. And yet GTA 4 managed to accomplish so much more with that budget.
Exactly, and the way GTA 4's walking was, the rigging, bro, that was amazing, bro. I feel like no other game has been able to match it for whatever reason.
GTA 4 had so many cutscenes, so many missions, so many interiors, so much dialogue, amazing music, 100,000 voice actors, those ridiculously good physics that had no business being on a 2006 console. What does this game have to show for all that budget? Sorry if I'm starting to sound a little bit annoyed, because I am actually kind of annoyed. This game was almost a dream come true for me. After 10 years of waiting, a large budget Saints Row game claiming to be going back to the series' roots. Volition for some reason always wanted to reinvent the wheel with each iteration of their games. Reinventing a series can be fine, but at least let it get stale first, and at least keep the things that people liked about the series in the first place.
Facts.
A great example of this is Red Faction, another series made by Volition. The first 2 games in that series were first-person shooters, but people liked them because you could destroy a lot of the environment and create tunnels and stuff. It was very cool.
That looks
With this
cool,
in mind,
yeah.
for the 3rd game, they randomly decided to make it third-person, an open-world game where only the buildings are destructible. But actually it worked really well. It's a very fun game. A lot of people liked it. I liked it. So, when it came time for the
that's
fourth
what I
game,
thought
they decided to change everything
was.
again. They took away the open world that people loved and forced people back into the caves to listen to a terrible story. Surprisingly, it didn't go very well, and it successfully killed off the series. Even when they claimed to be returning to their roots, they first had to reinvent the roots that they were returning to. Oh, and on top of all of this, they did that thing where they released the game 6 months too early, and it's so buggy you can barely play it. That classic
hell
gimmick.
no.
Bang. Oh, look at that move!
Yo, why do
Is that
games always do this? That's why I'm glad GTA isn't rushing to release 6 yet, man. If GTA 6 were to release like this, bro, on everything on Lord, Rockstar gonna have bigger things to worry about in Twitter, bro. I'm going to San Diego to confront myself, bro.
Look at that move!
Hell no. I'm okay with waiting a little bit longer, you know what I'm saying? Even though they delayed that bitch essentially 2 years. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Is that judo, karate? What is that? In the end, their legacy was that of a company that invented the wheel, but then reinvented that wheel into a cube time and time again. When Volition finally announced that they were being shut down, most of the comments were still just, okay, but where's the Saints Row 2 fix? The relationship between Volition and their fans at this point hadn't been good for a very long time. Even I initially, I was like, wait, but after I thought about it a bit more, I was like, oh wait, this isn't good. So if you fell asleep and just woke up, let me give you an unbiased summary. Volition hated their fans and actually wanted us to die. Initially, they tried killing us with drought of a good Saints Row game, but we survived for over 10 years. And after seeing we were still here, they made one big last-ditch effort to kill us with cringe. And some of us didn't make it, but I'm still here, so I had to tell the tale. I think from this point on, if anyone ever asks me what I think of Saints Row, I'm just gonna pretend I've never heard of it. I actually have other videos on my channel too.
Yo, this is actually an amazing video, yo. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel as if, and I'm gonna just leave it at this, man. I feel like if Saints Row wants to make another game, put it in Chicago, make it about the drill scene, and I promise you, you have gold. Literal gold mine just waiting. I know for a fact y'all can get the budget, man. Y'all was doing this in 2006. The game looked nice, man. And that's what the market is missing, in my opinion. In my opinion, that is. And it's a damn shame they can't see that, man. But anyways, though, and if Saints Row don't do it, I will be doing it. I ain't gonna lie. Look, though, anyways, if y'all did enjoy this video, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel with post notifications on and like the video, man. Let me know if y'all want to see more reactions like this. And like I said before, if y'all do want to watch my Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay, it is going to be right here. Anyways, though, I hope to see y'all in the next video and stay safe. Peace.